So you might have also been in this situation where you have a rook while he have a rook and an extra pawn. But here black can draw this if you find the correct move here. The first move is quite obvious, which is rook to e8 check. Then after king to f6, here if you try to play rook to e8, well then he can just checkmate you. Therefore, you gotta play rook f8 check. But can't he just play this move? And after rook to e8 check, he can attack the rook, right? Well then you play rook to e8. Now here, if he plays f6, then you can simply give this check. And now this is a draw because the king have to defend the pawn, otherwise you're going to win it. So it's a draw. Therefore he plays rook to e1, threatening to block your check. Now here, if you play king g5, attacking that pawn, well then you can push it. And after rook to e6, attacking that pawn, he can simply move the king threatening to queen. And after you take, he can give this check and then this check and win the rook, and now you're losing. Therefore, you gotta play rook a7 check. He goes here, blocking with the rook. Now you don't trade the rooks. Instead, you just go rook to a1 all the way down. He goes f6, then you go here, and after king f8. Now here, if you play something like king g5, then he can simply defend and he's going to promote. And rook to b8 check is also not that great. So you gotta play king g6, just bringing the king, f7, he's closer. Then you play king f6, and here don't play rook to b8 check, otherwise he can block. Instead king f6, and after he brings the rook here, now you can go the other way. He goes here, then you give this check, and again it's the same situation. He can't do anything, he will continue keep making this threat of checkmate, and even if he sacrifices the rook, well then you can take, and after this move, you can give him a check, and after he queens, you can take, and it's a draw.